Hey guys, in this video, I wanted to quickly demonstrate why I think artificial intelligence is not quite advanced enough to replace a real human being in the workplace. And the way I'm going to do that is to basically ask it to recreate this side menu component in HTML and CSS. Now, if you don't already know, in the web development industry, to get a job as a web developer, your minimum requirement is to know HTML and CSS. It's probably equivalent to knowing basic English before you become a preschool teacher. The actual real standards to land a job these days is a lot higher. It's a lot more difficult. So even if you knew, or even if you were fluent in HTML, CSS, and front end web development, it would still be difficult to do a real job of a current web developer in this current job market. So my point is that if it can't do this accurately, then the expectations of it replacing a real human being as of 2025 is very unrealistic. So let's just try and do that. So that image you just saw, I'm going to drag it here. So that's the wrong image. I'm going to drag it here, and I'm going to ask it to build this side nav component in HTML, CSS, make it as accurate to the attached image as possible. So let's go ahead and run it. By the way, this is the ChatGPT Plus subscription, so I am using the paid service, and this is the ChatGPT 4.0 model, which is the most recent version for most tasks. 0.1 is more for reasoning, so I'm not going to use that, and it can't even read images anyways. But yeah, it shot out the code, so let me just set this up real quick in my IDE. Just give me a quick second. Is that all of it? Yeah, that's all of it. Okay, so we're going to open up this and refresh it. All right, so hopefully you could see this. So I asked it to create this, right? This is a screenshot of a side menu navigation, basically a side menu on a website. And this is what it shot out. Now, let's just ignore this part because, to be fair, to give it some credit, I didn't provide a profile image or these icons. So let's just forget about the icons and the image itself. Let's just focus on the actual layout and the template of the actual component. So for the most part, it did it alright. But there's a few weird things going on. Like, for example, this Q2 2024 is all the way down here for some reason, where it could have just easily been part of a list. The same way, like this, it did this part fine where it says dashboard and stuff. But for some reason, it didn't do it for the shared with you section. And then private space doesn't have the three dot icons or the plus icon. Oh, so you see, it made a mistake. It put it twice. So this shouldn't be here. This is fine. This is fine. All of this is fine. This input's fine. But yeah, it gets some things off. So you might be like, okay, this is close enough. It's pretty impressive. And to be fair, it is impressive that it did it this good, this quickly. But let's just say a owner of a big company decided to let go of the majority of their human web developers. And this owner isn't a tech person. This owner owns, I don't know, let's just say it's a shoe store, or they sell instruments on a website, or they do some type of service, they do a cleaning service, or they have clients and they have a website like this. Now the owner of the company is going to be like, okay, I fired all my web developers because of AI. But now I'm going to have to make these slight adjustments because I don't know why ChatGPT did this. I could keep prompting it to ask it to fix it. But let's just say it doesn't know how to this person isn't that good, or doesn't know how to put words together to like prompt it to fix this, um, they're gonna have to go in this code and figure out, okay, how do I move this goals 2024, this thing, as a list button over here. So if you're a web developer, this is a piece of cake, right? But if you've never even dealt with HTML, you're gonna look at this and be like, where do I begin? How do I make this one of these? And as a developer, I'm questioning why they even... Okay, that makes sense. It's SVG. Okay, so it's interesting. This is weird. So the icons, this isn't the proper way to do it. To like just type out an icon like this, that's weird. So yeah, it's structuring the HTML in sort of a weird way that's not standard or not ideal for a website. But my point is that at this point, you're still going to need to ask a real web developer, could you go in and fix this? Or could you go in and make it more accurate to this screenshot? But let's just give it the benefit of the doubt and let's just say, like, I noticed that, what is it? The Q2 2024 button is in a weird place on the component. Can you fix it to look like the other side menu button items? Okay, so let's just say I prompted to fix it. Okay, so now it's gonna fix it. Okay, now I have to go in and make sure I follow these instructions properly. Now, as a web developer, this is easy to do. But if you never coded before, you might be like, okay, I'm scared. It's like cutting a wire in a car engine, or you know, rewiring a motherboard. How do I do this? But, you know, let's just go in and fix it. Or, you know what? Can you just resend the entire code with the new updates? You know, because we're super lazy these days, so why not let it do it for us? So coding. Yeah, see how it's shooting out the icon like this? That's not really the way you'd want to do it. But yeah, let's just copy this. Boom, boom, boom. We have that saved. Refresh. Alright. So it did fix it. Okay. It fixed it. And let's just see how accurate it is. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's accurate enough. So, I mean, you see, AI could probably replace a few developers for sure. And I think if you just have like one developer go in and fix a few things, you could get a lot done. So, yeah, I mean, the idea that AI can't take someone's job is false, because I just did this in like 2 seconds. So, you know, why would you pay someone to do this for you? But yeah,